Welcome back. Now we will see the Twitter strategy, how we can implement the Twitter strategy into our system and how we can log in using Twitter account. Twitter strategy allows user to sign in to a web application using their Twitter account. Internally, it is important to know that the Twitter authentication works using OAuth 1.0 and OAuth there is OAuth 1.0 and there is OAuth 2.0. Both are different. It is not the advanced version or the lower version, but both authentication mechanism are totally different. Support for Twitter is implemented by the Passport Twitter module. What you need to do is to install that module into your system. npm install Passport Twitter. In order to use Twitter authentication, this is very much important thing to understand. You must first create an application at Twitter developers. If you want to use Facebook or Twitter, you need to create a sample app onto their developer network. We will see how you can create that application also. When created, an application is assigned a consumer key and a consumer secret that will be provided to you by the Twitter. Your application must also implement a callback URL to which Twitter will redirect users after they have approved access for your application. That means you will provide the user the URL for which after which the authentication mechanism after passing the authentication mechanism, that URL will be callback URL will be called. So the strategy is simple. What it is: passport, required passport Twitter strategy. Then where we used a local, instead we will use new Twitter strategy, and we will provide the consumer key that will be provided by the Twitter. Then a consumer secret that will also be provided by the Twitter. You will also provide a callback URL, a method, or what we can say, our route, which will handle the response. In this case, when a user will be authenticated, it will be sent to this route, and it also contains a function with a token secret, profile, and done. Done is a callback. Profile is the information that will be returned from this specific URL. If this callback contains the information just like a profile of a person, so profile the public profile will be returned, public profile information will be returned in the profile variable. So you can access that public profile information of the person by using his you cannot access the credentials. That credentials is totally with the Twitter, but whenever that user will be authenticated with the system, with their system, the Twitter will send you some information about that person, that is his public profile. So you can access that public profile in your callback system. So what we are doing here: app.get auth Twitter passport.authenticate. This is our first route. Whenever a user, for example, clicks on sign in using Twitter, so it will call this URL auth/Twitter. Auth/Twitter will call passport.authenticate Twitter strategy, which we have implemented in our last slide. This is our Twitter strategy. It will call it Twitter strategy, and the result will be sent to our this method app auth/Twitter/callback. This is the URL on which the Twitter will send us the response of success or failure. In case of success, we will forward it to slash, or in case of failure, we will send it back to the login page. So this is the way out with which we can easily configure Twitter sign in using our application. We have to implement these two routes, and with these two routes we need to configure this strategy. This is default strategy. You only copy paste this strategy and you will use these keys and secrets and any URL, callback URL, if you change it from that from this path. So how to create a developer account? simply go to Twitter apps.twitter.com, and create an app there using your account. You can do same with the Facebook also. Facebook app, you can use Twitter app to create the Twitter application, and you can use Facebook app to create the Facebook application. Here the Twitter will ask you few things. It will ask you the application name. It will ask you the description of your application, what it is going to do, and the website. For example, if you are working on localhost, you will provide 127.0.0.1 or localhost, etc. And the callback URL on which the Twitter will send you the response, either the user is authenticated or not. This is the callback URL. By providing this information, the user will provide you something like this. It will provide you a consumer key and a consumer secret. You will copy paste that those information into your strategy, and that's all. It will allow you to use Twitter as your login information authentication mechanism. So there are so many codes available. Those are very standard code. You can just copy paste those codes, and just this is an example. You can just copy paste that code, and strategy will be your routes will be implemented. So in this, if you see, we are calling the Twitter strategy to authenticate, and on the return we are just forwarding it to success redirect and failure redirect. These are the two failure and success redirects. In the HTML, what we are providing the view sign in using Twitter, and we are providing that route which we have implemented here. That's all. And the strategy which has been provided at the first page. This is all you need to do to implement a Twitter, implement Twitter sign in. Same if you want to do the Facebook. uh, Only the difference is the developer Facebook. You will go to Facebook developer, you will install npm install passports Facebook. You will go to Facebook developers, and you will create the application there. And after creating the application, the same sort of strategy. If you see the name, only we are changing the name. Here it was Twitter, now it is Facebook. New Facebook strategy, it was Twitter strategy. In that we have these two information. Here it is called client ID and client secret. In that naming is different, but the things are same. So you will provide the app ID and app secret. This is the same callback URL on which the Facebook will respond, and these are the same function and the same profile information, public profile information, that will be returned to us. And same, we have to implement two routes. One, to call the Facebook, auth Facebook, we are calling the Facebook. And second is the return Facebook message, which either it is a successful or it is a failure. If successful, we are forwarding to this. If it is failure, we are forwarding to this. So there is nothing different from Twitter to your Facebook authentication. Only difference is your application creation on the developer of developer.facebook.com or app.twitter.com. So user profile will be with you. uh, Facebook, Twitter, and every other social media provides you a basic information that is a JSON information of a person who has logged in into your system. That public information can be accessed and can be stored. It can be providers ID, display name, family name, given name, middle name, emails, types, photos. You can access these type of public information from that profile dot family name, for profile dot emails dot profile dot photos. You can access those information with that Twitter. There are other strategies also there. Those are open IDs and Oauth. If some other system other than the important gesture like Shopify or other, so they are also using open ID or Oauth system. So you can use open ID or Oauth. Difference is only the strategy name. You will see npm install passport open ID. After installing the OpenID, same callback URL, a returning URL, and your actual strategy. And in that strategy, the same function, user dot find or create and etc. So or same, you what you are doing is input type text name openid identifier, and you are forwarding it to auth openid, and openid will uh, check that information and will provide you the response either in shape of success or failure. Mm, there is no difference in OAuth, or if you are implementing OAuth 1 or OAuth 2. These are different protocols that can be used, but implementation wise it is similar. If you go through any of these system, there is no difference at all. The same mechanism, you need two routes. One is for calling the strategy, and second is our callback, against which the third party will provide us the information. And one more thing, and that is strategy itself, in which we will define the credentials, just like client ID and client secrets, etc. There is no change at all. Remaining all information will be same. So this is what we have to implement in our OAuth, or if you want to use OpenID, if you want to use Twitter, Google, Facebook, Gmail, or any other social media sites or professional network site, you can use any of third-party authentication with using Passport. And it is so simple. You need to install Passport, you need to see write a code, and a callback. So we will see in our third part, we will see few codes using local strategy, local mongoose, with local mongoose and without local mongoose. So we will see in next part.